from Los Angeles, California.
Okay. Who have you brought with you?
They're nobody.
Britain's Got Talent has just been hit with a wave of chaos so intense that viewers are asking one shocking question across social media. Is the bleeding star still alive? And what happened on that stage has now triggered record-breaking Ofcom complaints, turning a talent show into a national controversy. It all unfolded during what was supposed to be another entertaining audition night on Britain's Got Talent. The lights were bright, the audience was ready, and the judges were expecting something unusual, but nothing prepared them for what was about to walk onto that stage. A performer named Leroy Patterson stepped forward, calm on the surface, but carrying an act that would instantly change the entire atmosphere of the show. At first, it looked like a standard performance setup. No one suspected that things were about to spiral into something so shocking that even the hosts would struggle to react. But then it began. What started as a safety demonstration-style act quickly escalated into something far more extreme. Viewers watched in disbelief as the performance involved physically risky stunts that left the contestant visibly injured on stage. The audience gasped, the judges froze, and within seconds, the cheerful tone of the show disappeared completely. And this is where things got even more intense. As the act continued, tension in the room grew unbearable. Some judges reached for their buzzers, clearly signaling discomfort. Others looked away, unable to process what they were witnessing. But the performer didn't stop. By the final moments of the act, Leroy Patterson was visibly bleeding on stage, and the studio had gone into a stunned silence mixed with shock and confusion. The cameras captured everything, the reactions, the disbelief, and the rising panic in the audience. Then came the moment that would later go viral. As the performer made his way back across the stage, visibly injured, Ant McPartlin looked straight at the camera and asked the question that echoed around the world within minutes. Is he still alive? That single line changed everything. Because suddenly this wasn't just another controversial audition. It became a national talking point. Viewers at home were shaken, unsure of what they had just seen, and almost instantly social media exploded. Clips of the performance began circulating online within minutes. Reactions poured in from every direction, some shocked, some angry, and others completely confused about how such a moment was allowed to air during primetime television. And this is where the backlash truly began. Reports later confirmed that Britain's Got Talent received over 100 Ofcom complaints in a very short period of time, with viewers calling the act disturbing, too extreme, and unfit for family viewing. But the controversy wasn't just about complaints, it was about emotion. Many viewers said they genuinely thought something had gone wrong live on air. Others admitted they felt uncomfortable watching the performance escalate without interruption. Some even questioned whether the show had gone too far in the name of entertainment. But no one expected how divided the reaction would become. Because while many were outraged, others defended the act as performance art, arguing that Britain's Got Talent has always pushed boundaries and that shocking moments are part of its identity. And this is where things got even more interesting. As the debate grew, fans started focusing on a single detail that refused to leave their minds: the condition of the performer after the act. The concern wasn't just about the performance anymore, it was about the person behind it. Online searches began trending around one disturbing question: what happened to him after the show? And that's when the phrase started spreading everywhere: is the bleeding star alive? Even though there was no official indication of serious harm beyond what was shown in the performance, the emotional intensity of the moment made viewers fear the worst. The combination of shock, silence, and the judge's reaction created a perfect storm of uncertainty. Meanwhile, inside the studio, reactions remained mixed. Some judges were visibly disturbed, clearly uncomfortable with what had just aired. Others tried to process the performance from an entertainment standpoint, acknowledging the audience reaction and the technical execution of the act. But even among them, it was clear that this audition had crossed into unfamiliar territory. And the audience vote only added more confusion. Despite the backlash, the performer still managed to receive enough support to move forward in the competition, sparking even more debate online. How could something so controversial still advance? Was it talent, shock value, or something else entirely? That question now sits at the center of the controversy. Social media has become a battlefield of opinions. Some users say the show is losing control of its boundaries. Others argue that talent shows are meant to challenge comfort zones, and a large portion of viewers simply say they were not prepared for what they witnessed. But perhaps the most powerful reaction is the silence after the shock, the way people keep replaying the moment, trying to understand it, trying to decide how they feel about it. And this is where the story takes another turn. Because as the clips continue to spread, the performance is no longer just being discussed as an audition. It's being analyzed as a moment that may change how future live talent shows are produced, edited, and even regulated. With Ofcom complaints rising and public debate intensifying, broadcasters may now face increasing pressure to review what is acceptable for live entertainment, especially when performances blur the line between spectacle and safety concern. But even with all the criticism, one thing is certain. This is not a moment Britain's Got Talent can easily forget. And as for Leroy Patterson, the so-called bleeding star, the conversation around him has only grown louder. Not just about what he did on stage, but what it means for the future of televised talent shows. Because in the end, the biggest question still remains unanswered. Was this just a shocking performance taken too far, or a sign that reality TV is entering a new and more extreme era where nothing is off limits anymore?